there's a time where you just overlook comments like this and you move on with your life. But then there's also a time where you can actually say something. And I think that for me, this would be the right time for me to say something. Not everything, but just enough, you know? So today's the 16th of July, and I just came from the Randburg Magistrates Court. Today was the final hearing to find out what's happening with the protection order that I took out against Nota. And what they've said is that it's granted and that it's going to stand for the next 5 years. So it's final. As for the protection order that he took out against me, he withdrew it. So, yeah, that's what's going on. That's what I have to say for myself right now. So, I don't know. Maybe instead of asking me too many questions, why don't you go and ask him? Why did he withdraw his protection order? You know, and, ask yourselves, why was mine granted? And why did he not pursue that extortion case that he was literally shouting about? You know? So, what is it about this case that you guys don't know? Because clearly, it's not as clear cut, or there's more complications than what you guys are perceiving. Because the truth of the matter is that you will never know what happened between two people because you were not there. Unless you were there, then it's better to just keep quiet, because honestly speaking, you just don't know. You don't know what happened. He said whatever he wanted to say, but obviously, any person who has done something wrong, their first instinct is to protect themselves. And when they protect themselves, they can either decide to embellish stories, or they can decide to tell something that is completely untrue, or they can even leave out and omit very important details. There's so much that people do in order to try and get themselves on the right side of the story. But luckily, the courts don't necessarily follow the trends of what happens on social media. People will talk and talk and talk and talk, but at the end of the day, what happens in the courts is happens according to the law. And that is why, for me, I was just like, I'm not gonna have these conversations here on social media and all of those things. I'm gonna deal with this thing in the court. I opened my case with the police, it went to the court. That's where I'm gonna discuss the finer details of what happened on that day. I'm not gonna discuss them here. Maybe after everything, then I'll come back and discuss them here with you guys, in the interest of education, in the interest of supporting others. Do you understand? So that would be my motivation. My motivation is not coming over here to destroy people. At the end of the day, you guys don't know what happened, so anyway, but just ask yourselves those questions, because those are very important. Everyone had so much, not everyone, I cannot say everyone, because there were so many people that were with me, and I'm so thankful for those people. But a lot of people had a lot to say about me and my conduct and behavior without even having heard from me. I've been quiet this whole time. They haven't even heard anything from me, but they had a lot to say. So why don't you then go and take all of those things, these questions that you're so excited about asking me, why don't you go and ask him? Go and ask him, because there's a lot more to this than what you guys know. So yeah, again, thank you to the people that stood by me throughout this whole thing. And I know that it was hard for you, because it's like you were also being gaslit into thinking that maybe the way that you are seeing things is not the way that it is. But that's how this works. When you've got something as hot as this kind of case, it's always going to be like a fight. It's not easy. It's a fight. That's what it is, and it's not over. For me, it's not over. I don't know. I feel like I'm only halfway of the way there. That's why I can't say that I am excited, because I know that anything can still happen at this point. Well, not sure, but anytime. you know. And that's why I'm so thankful for people like Bomkwanazi. Like, shout out Mkwanazi for being the type of person that you are, that tells the truth about how these systems are set up, you know. But anyway, this is the situation. I know this will probably not trend as much as a podcast tour, because some of us, we don't have friends in podcast spaces that'll give us platform to mouth off whatever we want to say at any time we want to say it. But whether the truth is loud or quiet, I'm going to stand with the truth. The true cloud chasers are doing what cloud chasers do. As for the rest of us, we are peace out. So, thank you again, guys.